Dancing with the Stars, and so you think you can dance? There was CANDance. On today's Can Community Health, you'll find out how this ballroom competition pairs local celebrities with professional dancers to raise money for people living with HIV, hepatitis C, and other STDs. I'm Alex Rebman. Joining us is Stephen Seek. He is the producer and director of CANDance and a familiar face on TV news, SNN's evening anchor, Hallie Pilot, who is competing this year. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Hallie, this is the first time that you're competing in CANDance. What made you decide to trade in your anchor gear or your jacket and your dress for dance shoes and a ballroom gown?
Well, first of all, I'm so excited, and I think I was here last year. I just started at SNN in May of last year, and I got to watch my good friend Ben go through the experience, and I learned all about Can Community Health's mission and where this money is going, and more importantly, how important education is for the HIV and AIDS crisis. So I knew that if I put on my dancing shoes, kind of face my fears, get out on the dance floor, it's not only going to be a good time, but it's raising so much money and just spreading the word to let people know that HIV is still prevalent here in Florida. So I'm really happy that I can use this platform to do that.
Yeah, particularly here in Florida, because many people don't know that HIV is at the top of the list when it comes to new transmissions. We are #1 for new transmissions.
Right.
And we're also in the top 3 for transmissions overall in the United States. So we need to change those numbers and bring it down. But there's good news because people are living a lot longer with HIV, and there's treatment now.
Through
and
education
all the
and
other
prevention
things.
as well.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely. And Stephen, you're passionate about this. You started this 19 years ago. This is the 19th.
This is. We'll
CANDance.
celebrate 20 next year. I mean, thank God. You know.
So give us a little bit of a window, a look back in time to the first CANDance. How did
We
it start?
actually started our event before ABC's Dancing with the Stars was on, because our host for the first 4 or 5 years said, oh, you should do a little community program based upon a show in London called Come Dance With Me. And they would take celebrities, pair them with actually Dancing with the Stars. The star really should be the celebrity dancer, because most of these guys or gals are, you know, United States champions or world champions, Latin champions, smooth champions. But we decided to make it diverse and take, like you're doing the newscaster role,
Right.
Take people from different professions, a lawyer, a doctor. You know, we've had everybody. Now, I outwore my list the first few years of people that I knew. And through growing and metamorphosing, it's become what we think is the best black tie event in the season. So we take people out of their comfort zone and pair them with a professional for usually a month and a half to 2 months ahead of it. We don't start way early enough because we want to make it fair. Give them a limited amount of time, and the pros, the secret why it works is the cast is different every year. But the pros are very competitive. They all want to win the great big trophies.
The Mirror Ball.
The Mirror Balls.
Right. So well, let's talk about the amount of studios that are involved right now. How many studios here on the Suncoast do you have involved?
We have 4 of them. Some of the teachers are what we call independent contractors, but they represent a certain studio, and so it's nice. It's you call on your friends, and through friends you get it done.
So we have some video right now that we're showing of 2017 CANDance, and this is I think actually this is Dr. Covert, Stephen Covert, yes, of Pineview.
He was at Pineview.
It's wonderful.
Yeah. And he had never danced. He
had so much fun too. He loved it.
But the most important thing is that here you have a local principal of a school where some of the brightest kids on the Suncoast go to Pineview, and he is here dancing in a competition to raise money for HIV, hepatitis C, and other STDs. So by him dancing in this, he's really raising awareness. As are you, Hallie, by being an anchor on television. You're able to raise so much awareness and help people. But so this is a little bit of that. And let's talk some more about what goes on with the competition. Stephen.
Well, I don't mind to break everybody's awareness here, but Alex was one of our champions a few years ago. And no, you were amazing. You were amazing. And you can understand because you've gone through the process, and taking you outside your comfort zone, it was probably a little scary at first. And you're all of a sudden paired with this professional dancer that you don't know, and have to put together a show dance, in a limited amount of time. So
There's pressure to learn
hopefully you had fun with the experience. And obviously it showed because you were amazing. And so now you're able to help carry on the torch and act as a cheerleader for Hallie and whoever.
Oh, absolutely. I'll be a cheerleader for all of the dancers and the people that put themselves
you know what
out
it's
there
like.
to compete.
You've been through it.
Right, but not only that, it's not about the person that wins, because I also
They're
know
all winners,
yes.
just for even putting themselves out there.
I also know Dr. Kathy McCabe very well from the Eye Associates.
She's so
She's
sweet.
awesome. Yeah.
She's also incredibly busy within the community. She's a medical missionary.
Right.
So it seems that a lot of the people that are chosen because they are philanthropic. I mean, Hallie, you've done lots of stories to raise awareness. You know, all the stories you do are fabulous, but
Thank you.
raising awareness, it's a tricky thing because it wasn't so long ago that we whispered the words HIV, and now it's becoming a part of the conversation.
From a fundraising angle, it was very difficult in the early years, you know, until Liz Taylor came on and you know, her friend Rock Hudson was the first quote-unquote celebrity.
But we've come a long way.
We have. It was hard to get funding, and it was hard to get people to sponsor. They would give you the money, but they didn't want their name attached to any type of disease.
And so now with CANDance 2018, which is the 19th year for this fabulous dance competition that raises money for people living with HIV, hepatitis C, and other STDs over at CAN Community Health, that's where all the money is going. And it goes directly towards patient care.
It does.
But the great thing is that we've actually stepped up this year because we've changed the venue. We have changed from Michael's on East, and we're going over to the Art Ovation Hotel.
Beautiful, beautiful place.
So tell us a little bit about what to expect. Have you guys both been there?
I've been just in the lobby doing, I was actually there for a story. I was shooting a story. And it's gorgeous. I mean, when you drive by outside at nighttime too, they have these like beautiful lights, like the pink and the purple and the blue, and they have a gorgeous rooftop. So I can only imagine the ballroom from the rest of it.
No, the ballroom is stunning. The ceiling has sort of graphic, sort of stained glass looking lights, and it's no secret, Angus Rogers, Jackie Rogers, one of my co-hosts or hostesses of the events, husband was responsible for the building being built. I think he was the contractor or engineer or something.
And the ballroom is very beautiful.
Ballroom is stunning, stunning, and there's no posts, and it's nice to just step into a new, fresh space. We had a pre-production meeting where they had the tables set up like they were going to do the event. They had the floor down, and they had the florists there doing the flowers and everything, so they did a tasting. It was phenomenal.
So we've changed a little bit more than just the venue this year. This year we are also going to be having a live band along with the DJ. So there's going to be a DJ and a live band. Of course, the competitors will be dancing to the DJ.
Right.
And then there's going to be a paddle raise. We're not having the auction as we've had it in the past. There will just be a paddle raise this year, which is different. It's a more intimate setting, and we're really excited to do this.
It's a beautiful space. We're very fortunate who had locked the date down, and I had lunch there and a tour on the third day that the hotel opened. But I think that will be our new permanent home, hopefully.
Well, we'll see, because after all, next year is the 20th year, and that's going to be amazing too.
Amazing. Well, we got some surprises this year that I can't tell you about. But
we'll have you back on another show to talk about that. But in the meantime, we have some great video that's on there, and we've got some great dancing. We've got Clark West, who competed last year as well.
Yeah, that's with Miss Sonia.
And Sonia, what studio
they
is
did a
Sonia?
disco. Sonia was with Ballroom City.
Ballroom City, and look at that.
I remember their
athletic
dance. It was great. It was fun to watch him because he had so much fun doing it.
So much fun and a lot of support from the audience. And you know, part of it is about engaging the audience. You see how they're having fun, and you can see he's smiling the whole time. I think that's part of the thing. It's you have to take whatever nerves you might have, because I mean, after all, in his real life, you know, Clark isn't John Travolta necessarily, but I think it's a lot of fun, and you just try to get the audience to reciprocate, make eye contact with people, draw them in. So it's so much fun. Are you excited?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I've had a few lessons already, and we're doing a medley of dances. I can't reveal too much, but it's been really fun.
It's funny, they're really secretive. They all collaborate. I go to the pros and I ask them, and it's funny, they go, well, how does anybody want to do my dance? And I'm like, you know, I've done it so long that I've only had a conflict once where I actually had two people wanting to use the same music.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm sorry, you can't. You have to choose something else.
Well, Stephen, you're the consummate. You are the consummate diplomat. And on that, we're going to go take a little break. Hallie and Stephen will explain just what it takes to be a CANDance competitor, and we'll show you some more exciting videos. So stay with us. We'll be right back. Florida is #1 for beaches.
The Sunshine State also leads the nation for new HIV cases.
The opioid epidemic makes the fight against HIV and hepatitis C more challenging.
Minorities, women, young people,
And seniors are most affected by HIV.
But you can get tested.
You can get diagnosed.
And you can get treated.
CAN offers hope.
For information, call or visit us online.
Seniors, this one's for you. I'm Bob Trissolini. We don't talk about it, but seniors are at a high risk for HIV, hepatitis C, and other sexually transmitted diseases. You know that little blue pill that kind of puts us in the mood? Well, sometimes we don't practice safe sex. Many are walking around with HIV and Hep C and don't even know it. So protect yourself. You can get tested. You can get diagnosed. You can be treated.
CAN Community Health. Welcome back to CAN Community Health. Ever wondered what it takes to step out of your comfort level and compete in a high-profile ballroom competition? Well, you're about to find out. Joining us is SNN's evening anchor, Hallie Pilot, and CANDance producer and director, Stephen Sieg. All right, guys, before we went to break, we were talking about how the process works and what to expect. But how do you determine who's going to dance with whom? Because Hallie here, she's a tall drink of water. So how did you pair someone up with her? And who did you pair up with her?
We have a pre-cocktail party where I get to meet all of the people that were vetted, and then they chose a cast. So I get to meet them. I do this.
That's exactly what he did to me. He's
It's
like, we're going to need to find you someone tall.
Yeah, I said, you need a tall one or a taller gentleman or whatever. And most of the time, 90% of the time, we get it right. And I try to talk to them a little bit and figure out the personality. And this year especially, I think we hit it out of the park as far as personalities getting along.
So Hallie, who are you dancing with?
So I'm dancing with Vitas, who actually happened to be Alex's partner. So it's really, really cool because, you know, I mean, he's awesome. I mean, he's such a great teacher and he's patient, but at the same time, he's like, all right, let's go. It's like a perfect balance of like strict, but also he understands if you need to do it again and do it again. And
Plus,
It's encouraging.
He was very supportive because the thing that I liked about Dancing with Vitas and his whole team of instructors actually went the extra mile, and they allowed me to hold a benefit fundraiser there. And here you are, Hallie, dancing. So tell us what you're doing here.
So that was the first time I met Vitas, and we were doing a little bit of the cha-cha just to kind of get a feel for how I can move.
And how did you decide what dance you wanted to do?
I told him I wanted to do something fun, fast-paced, upbeat, energetic, and we kind of are doing a fusion of a few different ones, so it's been really fun.
Doing a medley, ballroom medley.
And
Yes,
of course,
a ballroom medley.
Some of it's a surprise, but what can you share with us about what you are doing for the night of? Can you share anything with us beyond that, or?
Yeah, we're doing a little tango, a little cha-cha, and then we're going to do a third dance. So it's all different music, and you're just going to keep being surprised and surprised as it changes. So that's what I love about it. It's very dynamic.
Perfect. And if we wanted to get the audience involved with CANDance 2018, do you have a call out to action for anybody out there? Because after all, you're dancing and you're fundraising.
Yeah, so I've started fundraising a little bit. My whole family's going to come. So buying a ticket, buying a table, that's going to be a huge help for me. And then I really want to start, kind of kick off a fundraising campaign soon and start having events. And Empire Ballroom, I think they'll host an event for me where we can kind of, invite whoever to come to Empire Ballroom. Right. So, when I have those details of when it's going to be, I'll obviously talk about it on the news and let everybody know that they can come and donate. And there will also be a website up for CANDance too. So anybody wants to donate can do it there too.
Well, it's important too for people that come to this event realize that we have 2 awards. They're great. They're big mirror ball trophies. One of them is everybody that attends the event that evening, they're the judge. They get one single vote. So the ballot they get in that one column determines the CANDance champion. Then we've also decided, what a wonderful organization to raise money for that we have to recognize it. I mean,
that's what it's
you're
really
a winner
all about.
just number one for being there. and creating such a wonderful evening.
And of course,
that's where
And then the second
fundraiser-
award is the top fundraiser award, the person that helps us raise the most money.
And
and in many cases, they're both, everybody's deserving of an award, but you have to, it's a competition.
Right,
you
and the
have to-
fun, and your dance was awesome too. But Alex was a fundraising champion with
Yeah.
Vetus her year. So how did you do it?
How did I do it? That is the tricky question. Well, the first thing that I did was I wanted to make it a point not to just go out there and ask 2 or 3 people to cut me $10,000 checks, people that I know in the
Yeah.
community that are philanthropic and have a lot of money, because I figured if I ask people for smaller denominations, I could ask for $50, $100,
Yeah, more.
$500,
Right.
whatever. But the point was that I wanted to reach out
There you are.
to as many people as I could and shake their hand and explain that dancing in this competition is about defeating HIV. It's about the cure that we now have for hepatitis C and other STDs. And to be out there, on the dance floor, I just felt like I was championing for that particular thing, to raise money for CAN Community Health.
And like you said, the big thing too with CAN Community Health and HIV is prevention and awareness. So like you said, the point of not asking 2 people for big checks,
Yeah.
going around asking several people for smaller checks, that's more people that know about it, and that's more
Correct.
people that understand, and they can tell their friends. So
Absolutely.
it just keeps going.
And the main thing is we need to reach young people as well. And I think that by the group that we have this year, including you, Hallie, we have some younger dancers. And of course we have, how many people do we have all together?
The studios are integral part also of helping us raise money, because nothing pleases me more than to hear the buzz. I'm from the studio Sarah Dance Center, which is on Fruitville. And you've mentioned Empire, we have Ballroom City, there's a few other schools that are involved in it, but to hear the buzz going around, that's exciting, and I think we have 6 or 7 participants this
We
year.
do.
So
And we have, do you want to give some of those names out so that people in the community
Well,
that are
you
watching?
mentioned some of them earlier. Kathleen McCabe, she's definitely. We have Monica. Monica, she's with Louise. It's so funny. I only met most of them one time, and they're all started. So
Yeah.
no, it's we have a real nice group. You're going to have them on eventually. Each
Absolutely.
of
This
them.
is not going to be the only show that
We'll
we
keep
do
them
on
as
CANDance.
surprise.
Yeah, we will. We're going to start doing the big reveal every week, so you can come and watch and see who's going to be on next. All right, tell us a little bit about your rehearsal process and what was the hardest part? How many rehearsals have you had? And have you had any mishaps or injuries?
Spills.
So
Spills.
we'll start from the beginning. So that video there is from the first time we met. That was just kind of a little bit of a practice, more of like a meet and greet, get to know each other. And then since then we've had, I think I had one this morning. I think that was our 4th practice. And each practice we've been moving pretty quickly, and we've just kind of covered a different dance each practice. We've come really far in the routine already, where I feel like we're getting close to the end.
So you have started the routine.
Yes, we started the routine, and Vetus is amazing because he listens to the music and he'll stand there at the computer and he makes up the steps on the spot.
Yeah.
Like that's his job. But
Did you ever in your life think that you were going to be a part of a ballroom dancing competition to raise money that was like a Dancing with the Stars?
no, definitely not. And I used to do like cheerleading, dancing in high school, so I knew that I'd be able to get the routine quickly, and I'm good with memorizing steps. But I had knee surgery years ago. I threw out my back recently. When you're tall, there's a lot of wear on your body. So
What about the difference in the kind of routine that you do? Because obviously, because I'm such a munchkin, it was easy to pick me up and
Right, he can toss you around,
Right, sure,
but-
lasso me around his head. But with you're tall, legs for days.
She's going to toss him
and
around.
he's catering, and he's catering to me for that too. We do a lot of side by side dancing as opposed to arms locked dancing together. We do a mixture, but when you're side by side, it kind of creates the illusion that you're the same height.
Absolutely, and then you're moving together. The other thing is that this was from the first rehearsal. This video that we're seeing is amazing because already, without having been through 10 lessons, you're moving like a dancer. You have had dance lessons, obviously.
In the past, yeah, and I'm a musician too, so rhythm I knew wouldn't be the issue. I was more worried about like the difficult moves he's going to have me do, and as we started to do the routine and he sees that I can learn quickly and I can get the steps down, he's like, okay, let's do a harder one now, and he's teaching me moves, and he'll say I don't do this with a lot of my students. So I'm excited. It's challenging, but I like it. And dancing side by side too, as opposed to arms locked, is more challenging too because I don't have a lead. It's like we both have to memorize our own routine and be in sync. So.
And usually in ballroom, Stephen, the dancers stay together. They don't break apart, correct?
Well, when
in
you're
traditional
when you're
ballroom.
doing a show dance, there's a few different styles, international as opposed to American. But the stuff you see on Dancing with the Stars, that's called show dancing. And so you pick the genre or the dance that you want to perform in. Some people pick one dance and they make their short program based upon that. It's like ice dancing or ice skating. You know, you pick your program. But we leave that process up to the pro and the clients or whatever they feel is going to motivate them. But they usually pick an up-tempo. This year we've got some interesting choices, I would have to say. They're not all up-tempo, you know, so the music means something to the person.
All money raised from CANDance 2018 goes directly to patient care. For information on CAN Community Health, call 844-922-9777. That's 844-922-2777 or visit cancommunityhealth.org. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Dickie Smothers. You may know me as one of the Smothers brothers, and then again, maybe not. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to talk to you about something serious. Hepatitis C. No laughing matter. It can lead to cirrhosis of the liver, even liver cancer. Baby boomers are most at risk. You could have Hep C and not even know it. You can get tested, you can get diagnosed, and you can get treated. Hep C can now be cured.
For information, call or visit cancommunityhealth.org. Florida is #1 for beaches.
The Sunshine State also leads the nation for new HIV cases.
The opioid epidemic makes the fight against HIV and hepatitis C more challenging.
Minorities, women, young people,
And seniors are most affected by HIV.
But you can get tested.
You can get diagnosed.
And you can get treated.
CAN offers hope.
For information, call or visit us online. Welcome back. You're watching CAN Community Health, and I'm Alex Redmond. Stephen Seek produced and directed the very first CANDance competition fundraiser, pairing local celebrities with professional dancers here in Sarasota 19 years ago. And now SNN's Hallie Pilot has donned her dancing shoes and is rehearsing for the big night.
I am, and it's been really fun so far. The dancing shoes they're tricky to dance in because they're these like little skinny heels, but
That was the hardest part for me because in real life I wear platform shoes at work because I'm so short, and then I wear sneakers or riding boots the rest of the day. So those little dance shoes, they are not
it's like a weird
stable.
in between. No, they're not.
And the straps, it's like a tiny, tiny thin spaghetti strap that holds it onto your foot, and trying to do them up took me about half an hour the first time.
Yeah, and it's about a 2 to 3 inch heel, and they're like this wide. So it's like you're doing all these tricky moves and spinning and twirling, and you have to do it all in this little point. But
let's talk a little bit about the costume process. Stephen, who's doing the costumes this year? Is it different?
We have a sponsor, Coco Couture, which is near where Sarah Dance is on Fruitville. And Coco Couture is a offset boutique for Chris Sand dresses, which are the #1 dresses in Europe and London. People order. Some of these dresses are $10,000. And just amazing. So we use them for the photo shoot, I believe, when you went in.
Yeah,
wasn't that kind of fun?
We'll show some video of that too, because we have some video of last year. Donna Kaufman was the top fundraiser last year.
Right.
And she was wearing an amazing costume that was all these reds and look at
it's
that.
gorgeous.
And just
I mean, there's all
really
these gems and sparkles, and in Coco Couture too. You walk in and it's just like bright colors.
Every woman needs to go in there and put on dresses.
But you have to be very careful because some of these moves, you know, you're doing kicks and you're on the floor and you're in the air. So you have to make sure that everything stays in place, and it's challenging. So tell us about how you picked your costume and what you're wearing and what to expect.
So the day of that photo shoot we did, and that's another new thing they're doing this year with CANDance, is they did a photo shoot. You know, Vitas and I, we got dressed up, and I went into Coco Couture, and I put on this gorgeous hot pink dress and all these, you know, crystals. And for the photo shoots, we wore a long one, but then for the competition, it'll be a shorter one.
Yeah.
And I'm doing a little bit of Latin dancing, so hopefully there'll be a little, fringe, and because you want to move your body
I like
so that
skirt work, from Dirty Dancing.
Yeah, right.
Fringing
Exactly.
or feathers or something. Have you picked that out yet?
I haven't picked out the exact costume yet. I tried on a couple that I liked there.
How does it make you feel when you put on those costumes? Because they're
Don't
very
you feel
different
like
to
$1 million
anything
bucks?
that you
Oh
ever
my
would
gosh.
wear.
It's like I've never put anything like that on before, and it's just, I can't describe it.
I felt like a fairy princess.
Yeah.
I truly felt like I had stepped into a fairy tale and was putting on clothes that in my life I never dreamed I would get to wear.
Either that or like Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The bustier and all.
Exactly.
That wasn't my competition, but anyways. But that's
Exactly. Yeah, but yours is gorgeous too, with the gold and the bedazzling and the swinging string, and it's just when you, and all of them are so different. It's just like there's so much variety. There's short, there's long, and I think they're gonna, kind of tailor one to me because obviously I'm very tall. So I tried on a couple that fit great otherwise, but they need to be just a little longer. So
let's talk a little bit. Let's go back and talk about how we're going to raise money this year. So you can sell a table. Have you started your fundraising efforts yet?
Yeah, so I sold a table. I have a big family. They're all very excited. So they're coming down for CANDance. So that's,
Where are they coming from?
Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah, that's where I'm from. My family's from Chicago.
The biggest question that we have asked of us is, I can't make it on the 20th of October, but I'd love to support you. How can I help? They can go to the website, which you'll give them the information, and they can actually vote, because we do give the fundraising award and then the present award for the people that are there that evening.
And then, that's a big thing that I'm going to drive
So you can
to.
buy a vote. I think it's $10 or $20 a vote. I'm not sure. I think it's $10 a vote or something like that. You can, help
And you can
support
buy
your
as many
friend.
votes as you want.
And
for
you
that
can buy as
$10.
many as you want. And so then that way you can kind of guilt people that can't come.
Exactly. I remember last year too, and that's like a big thing I'll do too, because
Exactly.
most of my friends and family won't be able to be here. I'm lucky that I do have people coming, but last year, Ben, that was something I can learn from him too, because he just posted all over social media all the time, and it's so easy. You click a link. And I remember my family donated to him, $50, that's 5 votes. So even if you can't make it the night of, it's still really easy to donate.
And of course, we don't have the website up quite yet for people to call in their votes. But what you can do is you can go online to cancommunityhealth.org. That's cancommunityhealth.org. Or you can go ahead and pick up the phone and call 844-922-2777. And in future shows, we'll actually have that information where you can go in and support your favorite anchor.
Yeah, and I'll be, once the website's up and everything like that, I'll be, talking about it on the news, and we'll, post the link on our website and make it really accessible.
Are you going to be showing people a little window into your rehearsals?
Yes, I want to. I'm trying to figure out like the perfect balance of showing them a little bit and not giving them too much, because I want it to be surprising, but Vitas and I have recorded our dance routines every time before I leave, so I can watch the steps and have them. So I'll have to.
I know, and
do a
today
little
with
fusion.
the iPads, the iPhones, I mean, it's so easy now, not only just to have music accessible, but to practice, because we send our people home with, okay, this is what you learned today.
Right, and it's like if I forget, I can just watch and say, oh, I'm supposed to step left here or turn here, and it makes it a lot easier.
All right, so again, we've been talking about CANDance, and this is CANDance 2018. Next year, we have the 20th anniversary, because this is the 19th one, and we want to thank you for watching Can Community Health. Remember, you can be the one to make a difference. We'll see you next time.